Hi guys, welcome back to the Library of Alexandria. Today I'm coming at you with a June TBR. School is out. School's out for summer. And so I have time to read, I think. Regardless, I actually read quite a bit in May. I've been reading a lot of nonfiction recently, so that's where a lot of my reading time's been going to. But I'm hoping I've finished a whole bunch of like nonfiction books recently, so I am gonna have one on here, but I don't really read my nonfiction books like, I just read a little bit at a time, like pick up, read a chapter a day or something like that. So yeah, and for June, there are not one, but 2 read-alongs. So without wasting any more time,
Let's get down to business.
let's talk about all the things that I'm gonna be reading in June. So first and foremost, before I forget, because I did not bring it in here, I'm going to be reading The Return of a Dan by Dr. Philip Chase. And that is because I have completed, sent off to editing, waiting to be edited, proofed, and then, fixing my errors. The Prophet of a Dan, Book 2, finally. Book 2, audiobook. It will be out very soon. Very soon. So please keep an eye out for that. I'm so sorry it's taking so long. But I am going to try everything in my power to finish this 3rd book before mid-August, when the baby comes. Because baby number 2 will be here then, and then I will have a hard time recording anything. So I'll be reading Return of a Dan off and on, or not off and on, but like periodically over the next couple months. So first on here there are 2 read-alongs going on. We just finished remember, we were reading the Boudica series, but I did not particularly enjoy Dreaming the Eagle, and so I called an audible and instead have the Divine Cities trilogy by Robert Jackson Bennett, my nemesis, and I really enjoyed City of Stairs. At least I have up to this point. I am about 100 pages from finishing, and I'm actually really enjoying it. So, first on that will be Boosh, City of Blades, which will continue the series. I know nothing about it. I have not read the back, because I do not want to spoil Book 1. I'm still reading, so I don't know, but I'm assuming it's going to continue the story. Stay tuned for where me and Anita and a couple other people will be discussing Book 1, and I really enjoyed it. I've forgotten how much I like fantasy mystery. I don't think there's enough of that, but I really like fantasy mystery. It's quite good. I hear his most recent, The Tainted Cup, is like that. Is it good? If you've read Divine Cities, how does it compare? So yeah, we'll be reading that. The other, and I am almost more excited about this other read-along that we are starting this month, and this is Boosh, Trader's Blade, Book 1 of the Greatcoats by Sebastian de Castell. So, Greatcoats. This is actually going to be my first time rereading a series I discovered on BookTube that I absolutely loved. The Greatcoats is still one of my favorite series today, and I discovered it on BookTube. And I cannot wait to reread these books. I've been waiting for this read-along to reread these. And joining us is going to be a whole bunch of people who have never read the series. And hopefully they will enjoy it. If not, that's okay too. But I'm hoping that at least some of them will end up enjoying the series and having it be near and dear to their hearts the same way it is for me. Kev, I know Kev has read the series and loved it. He's not rereading it with us, but I do know that Kev is the most recent person I know that's read them and loved them because they're awesome. Trader's Blade is Book 1. The Greatcoats, if you don't know what they're about, they are traveling magistrates. And they set out by the king to, solve disputes across the country, but how much authority do you really have when you're that far away from the center? And it's really stars these 3 good friends. We have Falcio, who is the first cantor. He's the head of the Greatcoats. And then his friends Brasti and Kest, both of whom are also Greatcoats. And this is the shortest one by far, but just a really, really good series. So I'm super excited to be reading this. We're reading the other books over the next few months as well. Next will be, and this is interesting that I'll be reading these, I'm going to reread The Dispossessed by Ursula K. Le Guin, because apparently I read it wrong. I'm also going to be reading Boosh, The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula K. Le Guin, because of circumstances that are very strange. But yeah, I don't know anything about The Left Hand of Darkness other than it's Ursula K. Le Guin, and I'm going to guess that it will be an absolute snooze fest where some really big ideas yap at me through fake dialogue. Because that's what The Dispossessed was. But I was told I read it wrong. And so I'm going to read it again and read it right this time. Because, oh man, it is possessed. And Left Hand of Darkness, who knows? The good thing is that the Left Hand of Darkness is significantly shorter than the Dispossessed. I said I wasn't going to give up on Le Guin, and so hopefully I will enjoy one, at least Left Hand of Darkness, if not liking the Dispossessed better. While I said I would reread this, I made no promises that I would enjoy it this time around. So we'll see if something else comes, if I glean more from it than I did last time. Guys, I don't even know what The Left Hand of Darkness is about. Haven't you read the back? It's about a lone human ambassador sent to the icebound planet of Winter, a world without sexual prejudice, where the inhabitants' gender is fluid. What? His goal is to facilitate Winter's inclusion in a growing intergalactic civilization. But to do so, he must bridge the gulf between his own views and those of the strange, intriguing culture he encounters. What is this about? Embracing the aspects of psychology, society, and human emotion on an alien world. What is this about? I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. I will also be reading, and this is actually another reread, and this is a read-along that I didn't even know was happening until I just discovered it. And I'm like, you know what? I've been wanting to reread these anyway, so I might as well. So, John over Talking Story, and I think Josh at Red for Your Books, they're going to be reading Long Price Quartet, and as you know, I love the Long Price Quartet. And you know what? I'm tired of having conversations about Long Price Quartet where I just live vicariously and relive the glory days of having read it with other people. So instead, I'm just going to reread it. I'm going to rereading Shadow in Summer. It's a long time coming, me rereading the Long Price Quartet. It stands as one of my favorite series of all time. I don't know, I don't think I had read Long Price Quartet when I rated my favorite series on BookTube last time, so I don't know where this would stand, but I love Long Price Quartet, and I am so excited to reread it. So yeah, I'll be reading Shadow in Summer for sure. Very, very short, less than 350 pages. Wonderful. Shadow in Summer, first book of Long Price Quartet. And if you don't know what this is about, go check out my video. It's about the cotton trade and tea houses. I also have, I have my Patreon reads that I haven't read yet, which is Grace of Kings, which will come as soon as I finish the read-along books. And then I'll start plugging away at First Man in Rome, which is the next patron book that was picked that I haven't read yet, but I will. And then my nonfiction book will be, this was given to me by a student, actually, for Teacher Appreciation Day, The Persians, The Age of Great Kings. So, my history knowledge is primarily, the ancient Greek world, which overlaps with the Persians. So I do know about the Persians insofar as they intersect with the Greeks. But about Persian society, and I don't know a ton about Persian society beyond what I know from reading about Alexander and the Persian invasions, etc. And so this is a book about the actual Persians. And so I know there's going to be a lot of overlap with stuff that I already know, which is awesome. But also I'm hoping that there will be stuff about Persian civilization and Persian life and Persian society that I don't know. And then I'm always looking forward when I read nonfiction books like this to add to my slides, to make my classical studies class richer and more, more full, and that way kids and myself can learn even more. And I have stuff on Persians. A couple years ago, I read Cyrus the Great by Stephen Dandalos hyphen something. I don't have the book with me, and I added a bunch about Cyrus from that book. So I'm hoping I can get some more stuff from this as well, and learn some more about the Persians, because unfortunately they intersect with the Greeks all the dang time. And as much as they irritate me with their bebangled wrists and oiled beard, because the Greeks, they hated the Persians. But yeah, I'm super excited to see. I'm excited to read this, but it'll be slow going. But this is the nonfiction book I'll be working on for the foreseeable future. So yeah, that's it. I'll also, I'm still gonna be trying to work through Spoils of War, which is the apt short stories, so I can continue with that series. As well as I need a Report of Shadows because I reread all of Black Company and the new one, and I still haven't read Report of Shadows because I hear it's bad, but I should probably read it anyway. Um, so yeah. So what are you guys reading in June? What are you pumped about reading? Have you read any of these? That's it for me from today. That's it. That's it for me for today, guys. As always, information about my Patreon and Discord is down in the description. Thank you so much to all the people who support me and Christina on this channel, especially the Privy Counselors. And I'll see you next time, guys.